Morning folks, in the shed this morning. Just thought I'd start having a mess about excuse me, mess about with the Bakki Shower. Start cutting up the spiral matting and see how we get on. So just a bit of a reminder, as it were. So this is the Bakki Shower that I'm going to put on the pond. You can't really it's that shiny, you can't really sort of make it out. I'll take the 3 tiers down now and you can have a look inside and see what I'm getting up to. So I'm a bit pushed for space in here, but you can see there I've taken the units to bits, and they're all pretty similar in so much as they're stainless steel housing, and then I've got this gridding in the bottom. You can probably just see me lifting that up. Very noisy. So I'm just playing about with the media, sort of thinking how I'm going to put it in. I've got 15 pieces and 3 showers. So what I'm sort of thinking now is there's not enough to sort of completely do it in every tier. Don't particularly want 2 tiers full and one just with jack matching at the top. So I think what I might end up doing, just as a trial, is mountain tree also do some like loose filter media. I think it's ceramic media and it's very similar to this, but it's little pieces. If you go and have a look on their website, I was actually having a look at it last night. What I might do is buy some of that and just you know, actually fill all the holes in, if that makes sense. Because then I've worked out, if I just put a flat edge across there, if I were to do that, get my trusty tape measure out. Absolutely rusting to bits this one is, but I've got 12 centimetres from the top of that piece of media to the top of the tray. Now I've got to knock off 2 centimetres to the underside of that, because that's where the next tray sits on top. So I've got 10 centimetres, and the sheets of spiral matting are 4 centimetres each. So I reckon I could put a sheet on the bottom, straight on the bottom above the above that perforated thing, and then put my ceramic media on the top of that one, and then put another sheet of jack matting on top of the ceramic media. So I think that's the way I'm going to go at it. In terms of a template for cutting the matting, if I take that out, basically the grid that fits in the bottom of there on those lips is already the template for the bottom. So if I cut out, set that out on 4, sorry, get my words out. If I set that out on the jack matting and be as economical as I can, I reckon, rough calculation, I'm sure I can get the 6 pieces I need out of 1 sheet. So I'll just go and divide it up and do a bit of maths, and I'll come back to you after that. Right, as you can tell, I've had to admit defeat in the shed, because although it's very, very long, it's also very, very narrow, and the sheet was just too big. But what you can see, using a combination of tape measure, the grill from the bottom of the showers, which I've checked all 3 are the same, and a piece of wood, I've marked up. I'm not quite sure how you can whether you can see that. It's quite interesting stuff to try and mark up, even with a permanent marker, because of the shape. It obviously just skips on the top. But anyway, mark that up. And in terms of cutting it, the first thing I'm going to try is I bought one of these heat cutters for when I did all the insulation in the shed. So there, I mean, on polystyrene, this is absolutely superb. But I'm hoping it will work on here, and that it will also sort of seal the edges as it cuts through. It might be very slow, or it might not work full stop, but I'm going to give that a go first, and I'll let you know how I get on with it. Right, so as you can see, I've been playing. So I've cut all my pieces to size. So as I said before I started this, you've got the mesh in the grill in the bottom anyway. So push one of those down into the bottom of there. I've done these so they are a really snug fit. Plan at the moment is to then put the pieces of ceramic media in somehow. So that's all 15 pieces. You can see there's it looks a hell of a lot more with the reflection, but there's only 5 pieces in there, and it's the same in the top tier, and it's the same in the bottom tier. Now again, I'm still contemplating what to do with the gaps. Do I get some more of this and put it down? Would the smaller version of this be better and put more in, or get the loose version of the ceramic media? They're like little lumps of ceramic media. If you're going to have a look on the website, the Mountain Tree website, or do I do a hybrid and go back to plan A and fill all the gaps and over the top sort of to a certain level with the K1 sinking media that I've got a ton of? Not quite sure yet, but anyway, you get the idea that goes on there, everything goes in, and then I'm not going to be able to do it one-handed because I've done these quite tight, but that then goes on top. So let me put a piece in and I'll come back to you. So there you go, you can see the matting now. It just sits underneath the lip that the next tier sits on that bracket, so it's nice and snug. It's so you can see it's very snug around the edges, and that's this is the middle tier. There you go. And the top tier is slightly different, because the matting has to go obviously lower down. Spray bar, the matting has to go lower down so the spray can sort of spread out on the top. Otherwise, if it was touching the spray, it wouldn't allow it to do its thing. So yeah, I'm now actually contemplating, do I just fill the top tray with Japanese matting and fill the other 2 tiers with ceramic media? So yeah, I'm gonna play about with that, and then I'll just put it all together so you can see what it's going to look like. I do like the colour of this. It's absolutely fantastic, isn't it? It's like fluorescent lime green. It's like a day glow marker, or whatever you call them. But anyway, I'll pop back to you in a bit once I've had a play. Okay, so after much contemplation and things, the plan is I've decided to go with all spiral matting in the top. So there's actually 3 layers of 40mm spiral matting cut down. Obviously holes, spray bar on the underside, and there's about 40mm here, so there's plenty of room underneath for the water to spray out and distribute, and those are nice and tight. So in the other 2, what I've gone and done is crikey, I'll be finding this matting stuff for forever. So one of the pieces I've cut down so that they go in like this. I'm then going to put 2 of the other pieces like that. I've then, because I can't stand waste at all, I thought, well, all the offcuts of filter matting, because they're all the same length as obviously the thing, I'm just going to basically just pack out the gaps at the side, as you can see. Just put a bit of matting down there. That'll give it a bit more. It's not a perfect fit, obviously, because it just wasn't quite enough. And then in the middle there, that gap are the ends that I've cut off the one underneath, so that will go in there, sort of thing. So that's nice and snugly. And then the other layer of Japanese matting will go on the top of there. Now I've got a catty nails chance of doing that one-handed, so here's the bottom one. So in the bottom, the configuration is exactly the same as that, with 6-7 pieces of ceramic media, one of them cut down, and the bit that's been cut off in the middle, and 2 slices of Jap mat. And then all that I've done here is this is the piece of Jap mat over the top, pushed down so it sits on top of the media. and that's it. So I am absolutely chuffed with that. I'll put the camera down and just put it all together so you can see what it looks like when it's finished. I know you're not going to see a lot because of the shininess of it, which we've said before, but that is now all stacked up with media, jack matting, as you can clearly see, which will hopefully give the mind your own business or whatever Claire's going to put in there something to root into. But yeah, pretty pleased with that. So I managed to use literally, you know, everything. It's no waste at all at the minute. I just need to I'm waiting for the weather to start to warm up a bit before I go and put it on the pond. I need to get some timbers to put across the pond to rest it on, so I'm presuming, I'm not sure at the minute, I'm going to get a short sleeper of some description, or a couple of scaffolding boards and cut them down and paint them, but I just don't want it resting directly on top of the copings, because I run the water only about sort of 10-20 mil below the underside of the copings, and when the fish, you know, feed, they go absolutely berserk. So yeah, I'm pleased with that. That's absolutely brilliant. So thank you very much to the people at Mountain Tree for sending me that, and thank you very much for the people at SKS Wholesale Ltd for getting it all dispatched out to me and everything. So yeah, I'll do the next update when I'm putting it up probably, but that's where we are at the moment. So very quickly, just to show the new light I've put up over the pond. Apologies for the noise in the background, but neighbours are having their drive redone. So nothing too spectacular. All I've gone for, on the recommendation of Craig's Scrag 68, is just you know, a normal UFO type light. So cheapest chips from Amazon. I think it's about 30 quid, 35 quid maximum. I can't think how much it was, but it's really cheap. It's the 200 watt version. I was going to buy two, to be honest, and Craig said one will be more than enough, which it absolutely is. So it comes with a short piece of cable. It's just hung on a hook at the minute. I will actually replace that with an eye, but it has got a security tethering. As you can see, there's a piece of silver wire there in case it gets blown off its hook. But I mean, I'll as I say, I'll change all that and tidy it up. But you know, for 30 quid, joking apart, it's pretty good. Sun's out today. It's a bit deceptive because it is still very cold, which is why the covers are on. I only take one cover off when the forecast is less than double figures. I don't even know whether you'll see the fish because they're all hiding at the bottom at the minute. But they're all happy, well, as happy as can be. They're all still eating. Temperature, I've dropped to 16 and I'm just maintaining it there. I'm not going any lower, I've decided. So as I say, they're all happy. Everybody comes out for feed. The big Shiro down the bottom, which is fish I had from I bought from Lee Hadfield. If you remember in a previous video, he was a bit shy for the first few weeks, but he's up and feeding now from the top. So yeah, really pleased with that. So yes, I'll click on a couple of photos from how dark this was before and after with the lights. So cheers folks.